Native Americans are related to the French? Quoi? I was reading this new book on human genomics and I was surprised to read that American Indians share significant ancestry with Western Europeans. About a third of their genome can be traced back to a common ancestor from northern Eurasia 24,000 years ago. And these genes are most prominent in the present-day French and Sardinians. The Europeans are more closely related to American Indians than they are to East Asians. Put another way, the ancient North Eurasians were genetically intermediate between Western Eurasians and Native Americans, but distinct from East Asians. And genetic analyses suggest a mix of these ancient North Eurasians with East Asians contributed to the peoples who first colonized North America over 20,000 years ago. And there was basically no admixture from any other continent until European colonization 500 years ago, except for one. So less than 9,000 years ago, genes from Palaeolithic were introduced, contributing to the Athabascans, Alaskan natives, and part of the highly complex Na-Dene language family, which includes the Dene and Inde in the southwest. The Inuit are a special case, sharing genes with indigenous Siberians, but not a lot of mixing within North America. There is evidence of gene admixture into Polynesia from South America in Rapanui, the Easter Island, around the year 1300. And there's this amazing movie, Kon-Tiki, about proving it's possible to sail from South America to Polynesia using Paleolithic tech. And the sweet potato was probably brought to Polynesia this way, or the Polynesians sailed to South America and went back, is probably more likely. But for the most part, Paleo Indians spread throughout North and South America and tended to stay in the same area, becoming differentiated into the many of the indigenous peoples that we know today from those same areas. For example, the Kennewick Man from Washington State, he lived about 9,000 years ago, and he was found to be most closely related to the native people in the Colville Reservation, which is only 150 miles away. And that's reminiscent of the Cheddar Man from Cheddar, UK, who's a person who lived around 10,000 years ago, and they found his closest living relative was a history teacher living half a mile from where his ancestor was found. Now, the peopling of the Americas is a huge and complex subject, and all claims about it are probably gross simplifications, but it's fascinating to discuss nonetheless. So, what's your take on the peopling of the Americas? Was the migration a single event, multiple? Did they come from the Bering Strait and go down the land, or they use boats and sea ice and dog sleds? There's leading hypotheses, but science can't prove any of them. Genetic research on humans is still just taking off, so these conclusions may be wrong, but they are the best we have so far and the product of a massive amount of research since the Human Genome Project was first launched in 1990.